What's up, guys? Josh Sykes with Bent Rides Guide Service. Hey, I want to give you a quick hummingbird tip on your LAKEMASTER chart, how to quickly eliminate unproductive water based upon what you're seeing each day. I'm going to use my green color on my LAKEMASTER chart to look for productive water, and I'm just going to ignore everything else. So I'm going to start off each day looking at 18 to 22 foot. Toledo Bend, Sam Rayburn, that's just a really good range to start each day. You can move shallower, you can move deeper. We'll talk about how to change that here in just. But if you look here on my chart, you can see I've got red, I've got white, I've got green, and I've got blue for my four color palettes. Now, to change those, you go to menu, scroll to hummingbird chart, and I'm running the older software on my units, because once I get my hummingbird units set up the way that I want and my picture good, I do not do updates. I've had too many horror stories from people that have had their units working great. They update their units and it screws up everything. I do not update my units unless necessary. If there's newer technology that I have to update for my units to be compatible with, or if my picture is screwed up or my scroll speed is messed up, then I may have to update. But with my older software on this unit, I still have the depth highlight and depth highlight range. This is going to control my green colors. So my depth highlight is set at 14 foot, my range plus or minus 2. What that means is 14 minus 2 and 14 plus 2. So 12 to 16 foot is going to be in green. The advantage of this is if I'm catching them in drains, I now all of a sudden I can look and say, this drain has 12 to 16 foot of water. That's the drain, and that's the area of that drain that I'm going to look at. If I'm catching them out on the main lake on points, this point right here comes all the way out into the main lake, and it has the right depth on top of it. This point has the right depth on top of it. This point has the right depth on top of it. It lets me look at my map to see where that productive water is. Now, what I'm going to do every day, I'm going to start with my range on plus or minus 2, and my depth highlight on 20. That's 18 to 22 foot. And now all of a sudden you can see if that's the depth I'm catching fish in, this is the drain I need to check. This would be a great offshore spot way out here closer to the river. You know, here's some great points out here. Here's a great ledge with a good steep drop and good water on top. It quickly lets me see the right colors. Now, to change my red color is shallow water highlight. I leave mine on 8 foot year round because I rarely go shallower than 8 foot unless I'm up in the bushes during the spawn. But other than that, I want to see where I've got really shallow water, 8 foot of water coming out into the lake, where I can see those high spots with sharp drops. And a lot of times I'll catch my bigger fish up on top of those high spots. So I'm looking for red especially when I'm targeting big fish, and I'm going to fish up on top of that red where it's close to green and blue water to eliminate other water that's going to be unproductive. But if your unit has been updated, or if you're running some of the newer Gen 4 units, yours is going to look a little bit different. Rather than giving you a highlight and a highlight range, it's going to give you a depth highlight minimum and a depth highlight maximum. Minimum, put it on 18, maximum, put it on 22, and that's going to be 18 to 22 foot of water is going to be your green. If they're out really deep that day, you can change yours minimum 28, maximum 32. If your unit is on the same software as mine, highlight 30 plus or minus 2. Now you can see I've got 28 to 32 foot highlighted. It quickly lets me see the right water. Another thing you can do on your LAKEMASTER chip, you can scroll down to your water level offset. Toledo Bend's about 5 foot low right now. Rayburn is about 6 foot low right now. And so you can change your water level offset to minus 5 foot if the lake is 5 foot low, and it's going to update your contours to where it's going to be dead on all the lakes that are in HD, and it's going to allow you to really find that productive water. So we spend a lot of time behind our units really mapping out, looking for high percentage areas. That is probably 75% of the game. If you can look on a map and find an area that's probably going to hold fish, then you can graph over it and see if you see fish there, then turn around and catch them. So if you need any help setting up your hummingbird units, or Lowrance or Garmin, Man, we would love to help you out. We can teach you all about mapping. We can teach you about imaging, anything that you need. You can contact us here on YouTube, or you can follow our Facebook page, Bent Rods Guide Service. We have weekly updates, weekly fishing reports on there. And man, honestly, we've started catching some pretty good fish. We had one over 9 yesterday. We've been averaging 30 to 40 fish a day this week. Really starting to finally get into that fall pattern that we've all been waiting on. So if you need any help or anything, shoot us a message. We'd love to help you out.